Hello everyone, this is Bryant with SFOT Source, your premier guide to Six Flags Over Texas. I know it's been a while, but we're back at Six Flags Over Texas. I kind of had some stuff going on, had to move, and one of the weekends we were here was for the Ace Winterfest event, which isn't really like a good filming type of event. So we're finally here. We're going to check out the all-new Fire and Ice Winter Festival here at Six Flags Over Texas, and this kicks off the park's 60th anniversary celebration. Now, the park president, Ron McKenzie, has stated that they are kind of planning on doing events throughout the year. Of course, you'll have kind of your typical events that you always have, but then it looks like we're going to have some of these kind of brand new events sprinkled in. So the Fire and Ice Winter Festival is first. It runs through the end of February. It's kind of like a bit of holiday in the park mixed with some new stuff. So there's all kinds of new entertainment, and there's a new fireworks show every Saturday that hopefully will happen because the weather is kind of dreary right now. But we're going to stick around and try to see if we can make that work. We'll kind of show you the ambiance of the event, all of the new things you can do, all of the food offerings, the Fire and Ice marketplace, entertainment, and more. So let's head into the park. Y'all can see what I'm talking about with dreary here. You have Oil Derrick and Superman Tower of Power just barely being seen up there. Lots of low-lying clouds and fog, so might be an interesting day out here. You can see here at the main entrance, it's all decked out with 60th anniversary decor, and I really like this. It looks really nice, and it's just kind of a nice way to greet you inside the park. And of course, once we get inside, there's going to be more of this. And you can see up here at the front, the brand new thing that we have are the dancing fountains right here in the center of Silver Star Mall. And you can see there are also fire cannons. They are packed up right now. I would imagine that that's possibly because of the weather. We'll have to see if later on in the day when it dries out, if those come out, because this with fire is probably really cool. And this just kind of plays throughout the day. You can also see that they have adorned this front area with these 60th anniversary logo stuff, and we'll get up to the Silver Star Carousel and kind of show you what they've done up there. And all along here leading up to the carousel, you have these banners for the 60th anniversary. You can see they've redone the archway here at the Silver Star Carousel. Tons of classic photos. You can see on this side we've got Skull Island at the top. You've got the Astro Lift with LaSalle's River Adventure. You've got Texas Shootout, and you've got Big Bend. So a very cool way to kind of memorialize those old rides that are no longer with us. You can see the big 60th anniversary logo there as well. And then over on this side of the archway, you have the Fiesta train, the Happy Motoring Freeway, and then a look at what the front gate used to look like back before the carousel was up here. So very cool to see those. And their next show is not until 1 p.m. It's about 12:30 right now. But here at the Silver Star Carousel stage, you can see the Diamond Jubilee Jazz Band, so we're going to have to come check that out. You just saw a clip of Mariachi Oasis, which is playing during the Fire and Ice Winter Festival, and you can kind of see one of the big things that still is kind of present are a lot of Christmas lights all over everything. So this is kind of the Mexico section, but I'm definitely not complaining about that. It looks nice, and the weather is still definitely right for it. A lot of people are always curious how they kind of do refurbishment projects, and when the park is open year-round, well, you can kind of see here on the lift of Flume 2, they actually do have the belt for the final lift off of there. They're getting all of that fixed up and refurbished so that they can open it when things warm up and keep the ride running for the future. So you will see here and there throughout the year just kind of random refurbishments happening when it's applicable, and that's one of them right there. And you can see that the Mary Marketplace here in the Texas section has turned into the Fire and Ice Marketplace. let me kind of show you what they have going on in here. You can see that one of the big things for the Fire and Ice Winter Festival is that we still have these s'more stops everywhere. Here at the courthouse stage, you have Andrew Carmen playing live. That happens a little bit later today, not quite right now. And then, of course, you have the Peppermint Parlor, which is Miss Abby's. And we're gonna have to keep going down because it looks like maybe something that I really enjoyed has changed back to what it used to be. So y'all probably remember here next to the fire truck photo op was the Red Hot Cinnamon stop, and before that it was 40 Below Joe, and looks like now we're just back to normal Dippin' Dots. So I guess maybe the coffee style Dippin' Dots didn't go over too well, but the stand is open. You can get your refills and you can get some Dippin' Dots here, which are on the dining pass, but it is a bummer that the cinnamon rolls are gone. One of the cool things you'll kind of see throughout the park now are these kind of just winter themed photo ops. So you can see here in the Fire and Ice Marketplace, you've got this kind of ski lift photo op. And they do have photographers out here sometimes, so if you have that photo pass, you should be able to get pictures on these when the photographer is present. Alright, we made our way into the Old South section, which is technically still part of the marketplace, and I was getting a little worried because if you go on mobile ordering, the Cozy Cafe shows up as Back to Primo's Pizzeria, but I just went inside. They still have the bread bowls with soup, and they still have the baked potatoes, so kind of weird. I don't know what happens if you get on the app and order pizza, because I don't think there's any pizza in there. But we might have to check out maybe like a baked potato. It sounds pretty good. I just wanted to kind of show y'all what I was talking about. When you go to Cozy Cafe, it's all pizza stuff. So if you want that bread bowl, you are going to have to do that in person, unless they get this fixed. There was a supervisor in Cozy Cafe, so I just let them know that they've got that weird mobile ordering thing going on, because it might get a little awkward if someone orders pizza, goes in there, and there's no pizza. I did go ahead and get soup, though. I did not get the baked potato. I just got a special place for the soup, so I'll kind of show y'all what I got right now. So this is, of course, a meal on the dining pass. I got the chicken tortilla soup. It comes with these chips, and then you get cream cheese and shredded cheese there on the side that you can put in there. I also did get a refill of Coke. Now, keep in mind, Six Flags is kind of in a weird place right now, just kind of in regards to the whole refill thing. So if you do it on the app, I don't think they can tell that you ordered a refill. I think it just looks like you ordered a drink. So you can tend to get that in a cup. However, some places are saying you need your souvenir cup. Some places are saying you don't. I don't have my souvenir cup. They were very accommodating in there, luckily. But, you know, it's better safe than sorry to just bring your souvenir cup, just in case you run into a situation where they're not as flexible. So that soup was delicious as always, and out here next to JB's Smokehouse Barbecue is the Fire and Ice Light Show, which starts at 5 p.m. each night. And if you came during Holiday in the Park, you know it goes crazy out here with lights all over everything. So they brought that back with some new music for Fire and Ice Winter Festival, and we'll have to check that out later. Now, at the American Coaster Enthusiast Winterfest event, we got a tour of Gold River Adventure, behind-the-scenes tour, and they respectfully asked us not to film or take pictures, so of course we didn't do that. But I can say the damage is not as substantially terrible as it was kind of made out to be. So it's very possible, I do think, in the near future, that they will begin to refurbish this and fix this and get this opened back up. The current management of the park is definitely very interested in reviving this and reviving other things around the park, so we'll just have to wait and see. But like I said, from the tour, it wasn't just completely destroyed. Obviously you could see where the water got really high in some places, but generally not too rough at all. So as we continued around the corner towards the tower section, you run into the Mystic Acres bar, which serves all kinds of adult beverages. Very tasty. And then right next to that you have the Mystic Acres Trail, which is back. It's Winter Wonderland themed, and you can actually meet Looney Tunes characters in there now. So of course they do have a s'more stop. I think the s'more stops are kind of shut down right now with the weather. Kind of wondering if it dries up a little bit later, if they will come back and you can buy some s'mores. But you can kind of see this is just a little bit of the same setup. They did kind of redress some of these scenes, but Theoretically, when the weather is better, you do have the Looney Tunes characters in here. And you can see based off this sign here, Looney Tunes characters are out 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Like I said, dreary weather. Haven't seen any Looney Tunes out here, but this gives you an idea if you do end up out here when they are available. And you can see over by the entrance of Music Mill is the Frosty Snow Hill. This is kind of a weird shot of it. Wasn't gonna quite walk down there today, but you can see people are sledding and enjoying their time. And if you love the snow hill, you've got some more time to enjoy it. I definitely love these 60th anniversary banners that are popping up all around the park. Really fun to see old pictures of the park and old experiences. I want to know in the comments below, just by looking at this graphic, what are some of the old rides that you can point out? And of course, a handful of these are still here. Just let me know in the comments below. One important thing to point out is that on Saturdays when they're doing fireworks, a lot of things in the tower section will close early. So things like Shockwave, go-karts, Frosty Snow Hill. You go around this way, funnel cake stand, chopsticks, Superman Tower of Power. All of this area does close early. So if this is an area you want to check out and ride stuff in, if you're here on a Saturday through the end of February, make sure you do it a little early. So one of the new and exciting things you can do during the Fire and Ice Winter Festival is this curling game. It does require an additional charge, but it's just something new and fun that you can do. And as you swing around this way, you've got another photo op over here, which is like a sky car. And you saw that there was a photo op person there. You can see that they do have the specialty food stands out here. If you go to our Fire and Ice Winter Festival guide, which is a link in the description below, you can kind of see all the full listing of specialty food items out here. It is very similar to Holiday in the Park. So if you're out here during that, a lot of the same food items. And then of course, they have their bar here in Boomtown where they have Fire and Ice themed drinks. You can see right now this is themed as the Flags Inferno Bar. They have all kinds of beer. They even still have this funnel cake ale that you can try out. So if you're into adult beverages, this is a good place to stop. This and the Mystic Acres bar. We made our way into the newer Gotham City area. I wanted to show you this other entertainment offering, which is ice carving by Reverend Butter here at Gotham City Stage. You can see these are at 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, and 5:30, so a little bit later on. But up here, you have Reverend Butter and his crew, and they just chop ice and make all kinds of really cool sculptures. We will have to come back and check that out here a little bit later in the day. And here in front of Riddler Revenge, you have another one of these winter-themed photo ops. This is like a skiing/snow hill one. And it doesn't look like they have a person taking pictures here, but you're more than welcome to have someone take your picture in front of these. So just a fun little thing. I do want to point out that it looks like all of the attractions here in Gotham City, of course, Riddler Revenge, and you've got Joker and Harley Quinn in the back corner, and then you've got Catwoman Whipbeard. They all appear to be operating, which is good news. This is a very cool shot of just how low some of these clouds are hanging out here. It's pretty crazy. You don't see the park like this too often. We're over here kind of by the Aquaman Power Wave construction, and during our last video, during the New Year's party, we did let you guys know that the reason this is being delayed is because they're adding a turntable to the pre-existing structure. That'll enhance capacity and add a second boat. And then of course, during Ace Winter Fest a couple weeks ago, the park president did confirm that. He also confirmed that there will be theming enhancements added that go beyond what kind of was originally spec'd and designed. So all of these things are going to make the wait worthwhile. I think it's worth pointing out that they are yet again running both trains here on the Six Flags Railroad. So you can ride the red train, you can ride the green train, you can ride both trains, take your pick, but it makes the line for the train a lot less long, and this is a big effort that has to be put on by the park, so kudos to them. We're actually going to make our way back up to the front so we can check out that jazz band that's playing at the Silver Star Carousel stage. noticed that a lot of these 60th anniversary banners are ride specific, so this is kind of over in the Texas section. You can see it's themed to the Spelunker Cave. Who got to ride the Spelunker Cave? Unfortunately, that was a little bit before my time. We stopped off at the Peppermint Parlor, aka Miss Abby's, in the Texas section for our snack. And this is a new flavor I haven't seen before. This dark one here is spicy chocolate chip. So let's see how spicy it actually is. I'm very intrigued. Alright. Smells pretty normal. There's something different about it, I can't tell. I'm not really, there it is. It's like, you know, like the red hot candies? That's kind of like along the lines of what the spice is. That's interesting. So that's actually, if you like spicy, that's actually really nice because it's nice, kind of dark chocolate chip in the beginning, and then the spice comes on the back, so you still get a lot of the flavor. But I wonder if that's for Fire and Ice Festival or if that's sticking around, because it's not bad, and it's a good cookie too. It's just fresh, it's, you know, warm and nice and gooey. It's really interesting. And it's not so spicy. I don't know. My kind of spice tolerance is really high, but I don't feel like it's so spicy that people who only kind of like spicy stuff wouldn't enjoy it. So, I don't know. I really like it though. We're actually waiting for the Six Flags Railroad to depart Boomtown Depot, and you can see they're putting sand on the track to help get more traction, make it a much better ride. So hopefully this guy comes here pretty soon. Back into Gotham City at the Gotham City stage for Reverend Butter and his ice carving show. It looks like earlier today they made this cool horse over here, so it'll be fun to see what he makes at this show. And you can see they're getting all set up and ready to go. So I did want to point out, kind of like I said before, it's starting to get a little bit later, but you can see a lot of the Christmas lights have stayed up. This is actually the first time I've seen the Six Flags Speedway sign looking like this. This is really cool. You can see the fight. They have the signs out that are telling you that some of these attractions close 2 hours early for the fireworks. I'm actually a little bit surprised because I've shown you all before, but when you look up this way at the old derrick, I mean, it's very foggy, so I guess they're still gonna try this? I don't know. We'll find out. I was actually considering leaving because if they're not doing fireworks, we've kind of seen everything other than the nighttime ambiance, but it's interesting.
Hands, arms, legs, and feet inside the train at all times. Also, there is no smoking or vaping on this train. And enjoy your ride. Again, we are now entering Boomtown Depot. Please remain seated until you hear a toot from our engineer indicating it is safe to exit the train.
wanted to show you some more of the nighttime ambiance out here. You can see not exactly the same kind of setup as Holiday in the Park, but they did keep a lot of the lighting and it all looks really good. And we're about an hour away from these fireworks, and you can see the oil derrick up there barely being seen through the fog. They did already load the fireworks, so once the fireworks show is loaded, you have to shoot it. So it's happening. I don't know what it'll look like, but we're gonna see it. Oh, fire. You know, we've pointed out a lot of just kind of the small detail things happening around the park. Look at this fountain. This is really nice now, seeing this just go full blast. This is over on the corner of Bugs Bunny Boomtown in the kiddie area. This is just kind of a random thing we wanted to come show y'all. Just to give you guys another idea of how ridiculously foggy it has gotten out here. This is crazy. Like, I couldn't imagine riding this right now, but somebody is, obviously. But my goodness, what a crazy view that must be.
Too serious at all. For the longest time I was my only friend, the only man that I could depend on ever. So it's strange to see you would want me ever, and it's crazy to me, yeah, that we have forever love still.
Alright everyone, that does it for this trip to Six Flags Over Texas. In case you were wondering what fireworks look like in the fog, you just saw it. So definitely an interesting, one-of-a-kind experience. We're going to have to come back out, check out the fireworks again before this event is over. Like I said earlier in the video, the Fire and Ice Winter Festival operates through the end of February on weekends. And what can I say? This is a really fun event. Like I said, lots of holiday in the park mixed in. But in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a fresh lineup of entertainment. You guys pretty much saw all the entertainment offerings they had, and you can definitely spend a whole day on entertainment alone out here. Lots of really fun little setups. I loved the ice carving, loved the jazz band, and all of the other little acts around the park I felt like were really solid as well. Of course, you still have access to some of the specialty food like the soup, the baked potatoes. You had that spicy chocolate chip cookie, which was really bizarre, but I liked it. And of course, the park is just looking great all around. Employees are really friendly, and you know, it's the start of a new era for sure. And I'm very excited to kind of see how this plays out. If y'all have any questions about Six Flags Over Texas or the Fire and Ice Winter Festival in general, please let us know in the comments below. Also, if there are specific things you want to see from the festival a little more in depth, or just things around the park you want to see in general, let us know, and we can check those out the next time we're out at the park. Make sure to check out our merchandise store. We have sweatshirts, t-shirts, everything. It's always free shipping. And make sure to check us out on social media, because that's where we post basically the newest, freshest stuff. You don't always get it here on YouTube, but if there's a breaking news or something like that from one of the parks, it goes on there first. So make sure y'all check those out. Thank y'all for watching, and we'll see you soon at a theme park.